Tales of the Walking Dead. Now, I haven't done my Walking Dead reviews because obviously, I've seen it all before I started really doing YouTube. But anyway, let's do Tales of the Walking Dead episode 1. It was alright. It wasn't brilliant, but it was quite entertaining. I can't think of what the actor's name is, that played the black man. I can't think of what his name is, but in general, the story is pretty good. Basically, he had a pen pal friend basically before the outbreak, and he was living in underground, and then basically his dog dies, which is quite sad really, and then he goes out into the world to look for this person, and then ends up meeting someone, and basically he ends up getting to this person's place, and so on and so forth. So I'm not going to go into the episode. I'll let you watch it yourselves and tell me what you think on that one, but let's talk about how it was executed. For me, Walking Dead's at its prime was good. Mosquitoes. But, we're at the point now where, they're not doing the Rick Grimes movies. They're making a series out of it, which is, I'm kind of disappointed. You know what I mean? It's not going to have the same kind of appeal, I reckon, my own personal opinion. So, obviously, you've got things like Tales of the Walking Dead is basically fillers. Fear the Walking Dead is kind of all over the place. But anyway, that's what Tales of the Walking Dead is. It's basically just fillers. So people can, still have kind of the Walking Dead intellectual property as kind of something to still view and watch. Episode 1 was okay. Wasn't brilliant. Not much zombies in it. Not much of anything really in it. But it was alright. Kept me entertained, sort of. I watched it. I wasn't amazed. I wasn't thinking, I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5 because, it wasn't exactly blowing my socks off. So, I'm trying to think of what a guy's name is. I can't think of what his name is. You'll know as soon as you see him. You're like, yeah, I know this guy. He was in Brooklyn. What was it called? I can't even think of what that is, but he's in a lot of films and programs and that, But anyway, was it entertaining? It was alright. The storyline was alright. The ending was alright. You know what I mean? More I can say for episode 2. Do you know what? Let's get into episode 2, right? Episode 2 was basically like Groundhog Day, where things kept on happening over and over again, and that was just ridiculous. It's just stupid. Where in this universe has this ever happened? It doesn't make sense. So episode 2 for me was absolutely garbage. It was really garbage, and I'll give this a 1 out of 5 because the story is ridiculous. It didn't make much sense. I don't understand why things kept on happening over and over again. You know what I mean? So for me, the episode 2, out the window. It really was not good. I'll go to episode 4, yeah? Episode 3. What happened in episode 3? I don't even know. I can't even remember episode 3. That's how good it was. I can't remember it. So far, the first episode's worth watching. Episode 3, I'm a complete blank. I only watched it a day ago, and I can't remember any of it. Episode 4, I liked and I hated it. I liked the fact that, they had a bit of it's set in like a natural, kind of like, like a wildlife program. You know what I mean? You'd see someone like Bill Oddie or something doing it. And for me, that was pretty good. I liked how this guy was tracking the walkers and basically seeing how they migrated, and he had all these cameras and everything set up like you would do with any like animal. They would tag them like cows and things like that, and I thought, yeah, that part of the story was brilliant. And then they brought this girl in, and and this girl did nothing but whinge and moan, and it was like, you know, she had an arm like Alicia, which weird. They're running out of ideas. I don't know, but you know, for me, all the way through when she was in it, she was just whining and moaning, and you know, this guy was trying to do, you know, his best he could to track him and try and understand, you know, and he was like, oh, they've got like the headhunters that are hunting, you know, so they've done it like poaching, and the story arc there was brilliant. I really enjoyed it. I mean, the ending of it, you understood what was going to happen. You really could understand that, you know, her failings, you knew she was going to fail. That's all I'm going to say. And basically, you know, she was the replacement for his friend. And that's all I'm going to say on that one, just in case you haven't seen it and you want to watch it. So, all in all, you know, for me, episode 1 is my favourite. But I think the story of episode 4 was done better. However, you know, you have to deal with an annoying girl shouting constantly. And for me, it was ridiculous. I didn't like it. I liked how this guy was kind of a recluse. He followed and tracked the animals. He had all his, like, you know, used his life experiences of tracking animals, his scientific experiences, and used that then on the walkers themselves. For me, that is kind of, you know, what drew me into the 4th episode. And for me, the 4th episode could have been the best one so far, apart from that girl extremely ruined it. So for me, right, so episode 1, I give it basically a 2 out of 5, because it wasn't amazing and it wasn't bad, it was all right. Episode 2, I give it a 1. I think the story was just terrible for me, my own personal opinion. People might rate it higher. Episode 3, I have absolutely no recollection of what happened on it. I'd have to go and rewatch it, and I still, you know, it couldn't have been that good an episode if I can't even remember it. So again, I'm not even going to bother rating it because I can't even remember it. Episode 4, I'm going to be very generous and give it a 3 out of 5. But the first episode for me was my favourite, but the story itself was good. It was just the casting that was, and how it was written with the woman. They could have, you know, done a hell of a lot better of a storyline. It was just the way she acted and how she, you know, she was with everything. And for me, that massively switched me off. It was just like, she was just annoying. But I liked the character of the male scientist. I think how they done it like a Discovery Channel show. I really loved that. I thought that was a really good idea, a really good little story to tell. So anyway, that's Tales of the Walking Dead episodes 1, 2 and 4, because I can't really talk about 3 because I can't remember it. What can you do? But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please like, share and subscribe, you know the deal. Anyway, ta-da.